Happy Easter. It's Easter Sunday. Got a little bit of energy. I said, why not? Let's talk about this. What can I say about this? Honest to God, no setup. I don't write my stuff down. I just go with the flow. I own I don't know how many copies of Resident Evil 4. I never played the original. Well, I played. But back in the days, I didn't like the gameplay because the whole aim and shoot was old school. And Resident Evil 4 felt like when you were in the village, you would just aim and shoot and not move. I hated that. I thought the game needed an upgrade, and I was waiting for a remastered. So I never really played it originally on the GameCube. Was it the first place where it got published? Can't remember. But I never liked it because there was way too many like zombies, bad guys, or whatever you want to call them. Because after the 1, 2, and 3 are zombies. Part 4, you're like, I'm happy because I kind of have an explanation playing through this. But still, it's unclear how come these guys, Italian village people, are talking and they're attacking me. It still makes no sense. It's the transition. I never liked the story before. I'm happy I played through it. There's not much of a story. But there's action back-to-back, nonstop, lots of killing. I liked part 8 because it was a lot of killing, a lot of action, especially before the ending. But part 4, I think, surpasses the action of every single Resident Evil there is. Now, I've yet to go back and play number 6. Is the only one I never finished. Now, I'm not that bad. Like I said, I've never finished part 4 because I thought there was too many bad guys and the aiming and everything. I'm like, man, this is impossible. And you have to change the guy coming up at you and everything. But in here, you're invincible. You can hit the blade back. You can tackle. You can kick. You can stab. Insane. You can upgrade your guns. There's a lot of looting, a lot of treasure hunting, which I really liked. At one part, I kind of got pissed off. Part of the castle when you're playing with the girl you're helping out. I missed out a bunch of treasures with her at one part. But yes, the upgrading. I would suggest upgrading that dart gun. It makes explosive shot eventually. And it's really cool. You can one-shot a couple of bosses. It's not cheating if you upgrade it. Anyways, it's really cool. All the weapons, is it just me or there's a lot of weapons? There's a lot of weapons. It's just insane. Try to keep all your upgrade points on something you really want to upgrade because eventually there's a better shotgun, there's a better handgun, there's a better everything. So take your time with your upgrade. Don't waste it all your money on one place. And when you're looting, make sure you keep those gems and those tones to put them on whatever. Like you can pick up a crown and you can stick the gems in it. And when you stick them in the gems in the crown, you get better cash resale value. When you go to that guy, original Resident Evil 4, did it have that guy, that seller guy everywhere? Just like in Resident Evil 7 and 8? Anyways. Story's really good. Not scary at all. To me, by far, the scariest of all of them is Part 7, which I really liked, and I played on my VR. Now, I've yet to go back and play it on my PS5, VR mode. I don't know when I'm going to get the time to do it, but eventually I have to do it, because there's so much action, so much fun. Boss battles, there's like some really tough boss battles, like Dark Souls kind of boss battles. Really epic. Really classic. All the boss battles in there doesn't compare to anything. Like the Nemesis you can forget from part 2 and 3. That's the other thing. Part 3 remastered. Like part 3 original was better. and still it was with the older aim and everything, but something about part 3 wasn't that great. Remastered of part 2 was amazing. I'm gonna say part 4 is the best remastered. Probably the best Resident Evil game. But not much scariness of what you felt like when you played the first game and the second game back in the days. But part 7 really... And people complain it was too scary. People complain it was too scary for them. Honestly, really like part 7 because it got that scary factor. But you can't miss out if you're a Resident Evil fan. And you're like me, you kind of... I never got into it. Like I said, it was too challenging with the old controls. But this one, playing through it, it was challenging. Around 20 hours to finish. Can't remember, 15 or 16 chapters. But worth it, every single... The story's short and sweet. You don't need a big freaking story and cutscenes and stuff. It's short and sweet, but it's still good. You gotta save the girl and that's it. That's all we need in 2023. Go back to the old values. So that's it. And when you finish it, you can play the Mercenaries. And Mercenaries is an arcade mode of maps. A couple of maps. The village, the castle, whatever, the tower. And the better score you get, the S point you get, you unlock another character. I tried a S plus some of the levels. The Mercenary mode after you're finished. I would suggest finishing the game because it's going to spoil you a bunch of stuff if you play the Mercenaries directly. But yeah, don't miss out. Don't miss out on this one. Honestly, I think it's been reviewed everywhere and people are basically saying it's the best remaster and the best remake. So I don't want to play the original. But yet, I want to go back and experience it to see how it was. Seriously, just to compare for fun. So I'm going to stick to this one. And replay the VR version on PS VR 2. So that's about it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Upgrades. Levels are about an hour and a half each. Chapters. But yeah, simple story. A lot of action. Not scary enough. But by far one of the best ones. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Have a great Easter Sunday. I'm finishing my Fatal Frame that I am enjoying very much. I think I'm going to review it after I'm done. There's 12 chapters. I'm at chapter 9 right now. I'm loving it a little bit too much. I watched the Super Mario movie. I didn't like it. I don't want to review it. I don't want to talk about it. But that's life. Hit that thumbs up. And have a great Sunday night.